Hi and welcome to a stormy, windy day at the Brewpizza Nursery in the foothills of the Pyrenees, Mediterranean France. We grow about 50 species of moss, liverwort and lichen, and today I would like to talk to you about this very special, beautiful hanging moss. It's called rambling tail moss. And rambling tail moss is a rich, thick, green, long-branched moss that is amazing when placed vertically on in a terrarium or on a trunk of a tree or a living wall. It can be used interiorly or exteriorly. It is actually a very easy moss to attach to substrates. If you see here, it has a very interesting root system, which is when it grows, it intertangles and becomes quite a big knot. So it's quite a loose carpet, but nonetheless, it stays together very nicely. So it's good in terrariums and exterior moss gardens and living walls, but also can be used in vivariums as well. Especially if it's placed vertically on the glass or that kind of a project. So if you were to attach this moss to wood, so you would get the piece of wood, find a nice piece of wood that's got an interesting shape, something that you would want to put as a main piece in your terrarium or vivarium. And if you find it in nature, then you can either sterilize it in a little bucket of water with a small amount of bleach in it, just to get rid of any seeds that are growing or any kind of little bacteria or mycelium you don't want to have. And then what you do is you take away all the rotten pieces, all the pieces that are just going to flake away, so that what you're left with is quite a hard piece of wood. Then soak it overnight, so it's really full of water. And for instance, if you bought a carpet of moss from us, we grow our moss on a substrate, which is a mixture of limestone, river sand, clay, and compost. So it's already probably got a little bit of substrate on its roots. And it's very easy to just place it on your wooden your woodcut. Tuck it in, make it I already cut this into an interesting shape so that it would go nicely onto this piece of wood, and then keep it moist and keep it horizontal until the moss is attached. It generally takes about 3 weeks for the moss to settle, and then new growth to happen, and it will attach to the wood, and then you can turn it vertically. You can also use other things to help you attach. For instance, if you are using, this is for exterior use only. This is Hessian fabric, and you can buy Hessian fabric in big rolls, generally in a garden center, and it's reasonably inexpensive, and basically what the good thing about this is it's biodegradable. So if you're going to use this in an exterior project, like say you want to make a moss garden and there's a trunk of a tree and you want to attach this and make sure that it's going to stay attached, you can staple this to the trunk, keep it moist, and eventually the moss will grow over it and take over, and this will just biodegrade or it'll become organic matter for the moss. And because it's got holes, the moss roots will also be able to come through the hessian. Yeah, so for exterior use, this is great. You can staple it to a tree, you can glue it to walls, anything. This moss will grow on anything man-made, bricks, concrete. It'll grow on rocks and big boulders and that sort of a thing, in partial shade. So for a project that's exterior, partial shade, quite moist, like a water feature, something like that, then this is a great way of doing it. We do sell the carpets of moss stitched to the hessian if you don't want to buy the hessian yourself and do it yourself. We also do this and sell it on a little Etsy shop. So if you're doing an interior project, then you don't want to use something that's going to go moldy like this. It's going to go moldy, it's going to go black, it's going to start becoming organic matter. But if you're doing a terrarium or an indoor living wall, then you really don't want that to happen. You want to have plastic. And this is what's used in windows to stop mosquitoes coming in. It's mosquito mesh. And it's quite a good small hole, and it's still quite strong. So you can buy this sort of mesh in rolls as well in garden centers, and cut it to size. You can cut it. You don't have to show any of this mesh, and glue it to the glass. Glue it to any other a rock inside a terrarium or a rock in a interior moss garden. And it gives this moss a chance to attach naturally to the rock without wind disturbing it or being knocked off. Or it really gives the moss more of a chance to attach. And basically, it's a very easy thing to do. Attach it yourself, buy the mesh and attach the moss yourself. But we sell the moss pre-attached to the mesh in a little Etsy shop as well, if you don't have the time or for whatever reason. Yeah, so also I advise you to use, if it's interior, is either this kind of a thread, which is cotton with covered in wax. So it takes a long time to get destroyed by time. Or fishing wire if you're using if you're using it in an interior situation. It's also good because eventually it will biodegrade, so it's good for outside as well. Yeah, there you go. This amazing moss, rambling tail moss, partial shade to full shade, attaches to man-made structures, wood, and you can also grow it on a substrate that we also sell on our little Etsy shop. Yeah, it's a beautiful moss for vertical walls, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous hanging moss. It's a dark windy day in the Brie of Pitzer nursery. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Like if you like, subscribe if you wish to. More videos to come, lots of videos already up. Take care. If you have any questions, let me know. See you again soon. Bye.